All right, what's up guys? So majority of the people watching this are not at 10K per month. I'm just being honest and transparent. To hit 10K per month, you have to be at a small percentage with the right playbook. And really, if you just zoom out, in the right business model. So today we're ranking the most popular business models from worst to best for hitting 10K per month based on speed to cash, profit margins, competition, scalability, and risk. And by the end, I'm gonna tell you the number one winner. If you've been watching this channel, then you probably know what the number one winner is. What's the quickest way to money and the path of least resistance. So what are the rules of the ranking for this video? So this is not what's the coolest or flashiest. Honestly, some of these tiers will be boring on the higher ones, but this is what's most likely going to get a normal person to 10K per month fast without being famous, without a big audience, and without huge capital. So we're using tiers. D tier is painful, slow, low control. C tier, it can work, but it's not the smartest path. B tier is solid, proven, but it has a couple trade-offs. And A tier has a strong chance, scalability, and it's realistic. And S tier is the winner level model. So starting with the ones people get sold on the most is the looks easy trap. Okay, so this is drop shipping. This is the business model you're finding off of Instagram Reels and TikTok. So like a lot of you guys, I've done drop shipping too, and it's like starting a business almost on hard mode. You get the dopamine hit very early, but once you scale up, you realize you don't control product quality, shipping time, refunds, chargebacks, and ad costs keep rising. So what happens is you make money on a good week, then your account gets restricted, your supplier changes, and your margins evaporate. Can it work? Yes. Is it the smartest path to 10K per month today? No. That's why it's at D tier. With dropshipping, you cannot afford to break even month one. In other business models, you can afford to break even month one, put money in, get the same money back, and because of that, you make more money the next month. And also guys, I've documented my journey all the way from 0 to 10K MRR on this YouTube channel to then listing my SaaS to private equity on acquire.com. So if you're a beginner founder or an advanced founder and you want my team to help you not waste months building and marketing, book a call with me below and I'll personally help you develop and market your SaaS. So anyways, let's get back to the video. Number 2 is YouTube automation, which is again a D tier. And I've honestly done this. I made about $1,500 from investing like 7 months of my time. And I treated it more of like a side hustle. This one is sold kind of like a cheat code, you know, when you see the advertisements, but it's really a content sweatshop. You're managing writers, editors, voiceovers, thumbnails, constant uploads, guys, and you still might not get monetized or might get demonetized later. You don't want to rely on any platform for your income, whether that is YouTube AdSense or the TikTok shop program or anything like that. It's not predictable income. It's like trying to pay rent with scratch offs. That's why it's at D tier. Now, what YouTube automation did teach me back in the day is how to manage VAs to pump out content, how to manage editors. So those were transferable skills that eventually got me to my S tier business, which if you've been watching the channel, obviously you know what it is. So what is like the C minus D plus tier? I would say Amazon FBA, and I haven't really experienced this, but I know people who have tried this business model. And from my experience, FBA can work, but it's a capital heavy and risky move. So you have inventory, cash flow returns, account issues, you have competition and copycats. Now a lot of these problems do come up in other business models, but with Amazon FBA, you're kind of relying on demand from one source, and you can't really create demand out of thin air like other business models. And the moment your listing slips, your profit disappears. It's kind of like relying on one platform again for your income. So if you have capital and you love operations, then this business model is fine. But for most people aiming for a clean 10K per month, this is not the move. That's why I give it a C minus. What about C tier? This is more of the tier where it's workable, but you'll feel the ceiling. So C tier is something that I've spent the longest in. It is the freelancing C tier. I spent it from age probably 19 to 23 years old, and freelancing is the fastest way to get paid, but it's really not a business model. There's a reason people call it self-employed, because you are employed to yourself. It's a job you own. You're trading hours for dollars. There's no time freedom, and the second you stop, money stops. You can hit 10K per month freelancing, but you'll feel the ceiling fast unless you turn it into an agency or productized service. And even with an agency or productized service, there are scaling issues if you're not charging like 6 to 10K per month for your service. So another C tier would be affiliate marketing. And affiliate can be solid, but it depends on traffic you don't fully control. Just like the other business model, there are many transferable skills from this C tier business model, affiliate marketing, but you always have to worry about Google updates, TikTok changes, programs get cut, commissions drop, link breaks. Your business can disappear overnight again, and it's great as an add-on, but hard as a primary path to predictable 10K per month. And if you learn the transferable skills of distribution and marketing through affiliate marketing, then you might as well not be an affiliate. The people I see in this category are the people who tend to not take risks, but they do possess the skills of marketing and design. So anyways, B tier is real business, real money. So agencies are a classic for a reason. I mentioned it earlier. You can hit 10K per month with 3 to 5 clients, but the problem is, like I said, 3 to 5 clients, 1 client or 2 clients could leave per month, and congrats, you're back at 4K per month. Good luck on paying your penthouse rent or finance car rent now. So the problem is delivery is heavy, churn is real, hiring is messy, and you become the bottleneck unless you build systems. Now, if this was about 10 years ago, I would say agency would be A or S tier. But if you guys are in your 20s or 30s and you have baseline IQ and knowledge, then you want your business to be on the internet, because at the end of the day, if you could assume success in any business model, you guys should choose the choice that is the least resistance day to day. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but still, if you need speed to cash, agency is there. It's B tier. So digital products / courses is B tier, and courses can print money if you already have an audience or distribution. But if you start from zero, you're building a media brand first, then a product. Guys, if you're trying to sell anything digital on the internet, you guys are going to need 6 to 12 months of receipts and consistent content. And if you're trying to hit 10K per month fast, probably not the ideal business model. And also, the market is saturated and trust is very, very low in this space, and people want proof. So it's a strong business model for the long term, perhaps after you hit 10K per month, 20K per month, and you're trying to optimize for network. And for me personally, is being on the map. So I have access to investors and having an incentive to keep posting. So it's not the most reliable for the average person starting cold. So that's why I put it at B tier, but it's definitely worth it again if you've already hit 10K per month and you want to ascend to the next level. So A tier means high odds, scalable, and it's cleaner. Productized service, which is A tier. Productized service equals same deliverable, same price, same process. This is where things start getting smart and higher leverage. A productized service is basically one clear promise, one clear price, one clear system. And an example would be, we edit 30 short form clips per month for $1,500 per month. We manage your meta ads for $2,000 plus a percentage. We set up your CRM and automations in 7 days for $3,000. This hits 10K per month fast, and it's way easier to systematize than random freelancing. That's why I put it at A tier. Now, there are consequences of this business model. You're still going to have to worry about communication with clients constantly. Although the service is productized, it's still a service at the end of the day. So another A tier would be local service businesses, and I would say this one's a bit underrated. Another one I would do at A tier is, it's not passive, but for the average Joe, one could make a pressure washing, cleaning, service-based business, detailing, window tint, mobile car wash. These businesses can hit 10K per month with simple operations and local demand. I put it at A tier and not lower because it's simple, it's labor, it's not passive. But if your goal is just clean money, then I have many friends hitting 10K per month from window tinting and pressure washing in IRL. So if your goal is just clean money, this is A tier. I might be a little biased on this, but it's insane. Okay, the final thing is S tier, and this is where the winners live. This is where I live, and we're at the point where the model can scale without turning your life into chaos. I've mentioned all of the other business models from D to A, and all of those business models almost turn your life into chaos. And when people hear this next one, they think it's the hardest, but it's actually the most scalable and repeatable. So drumroll, it is SaaS, but only the right way. You could do SaaS very wrong. So SaaS is the winner if you do it correctly, because SaaS gives you recurring revenue. I mentioned breaking even on month 1 and recurring revenue. So unlike dropshipping, you can break even on month 1 and then those subscriptions will renew. SaaS is a business model kind of like planting your garden. You know, one season you plant your monthly subscriptions and the garden will keep feeding you after many months, versus hunting and killing your food like agency or freelance work. You always have to search for your next meal, and it's filled with anxiety. If you're going to spend money marketing your agency versus SaaS, like obviously spend money marketing your SaaS, because you can keep customers and their card is already on file and auto renews and it's high margins. If you do it right, you can do organic content to market your SaaS. You have compounding growth, you have optionality, you can sell the business, expand plans, add seats. Currently the market value is about 3.25x your EBITDA or net revenue. Agency, it might be like 0.5 to 1x. So you can sell the business, expand plans, and add seats. But the reason most people fail at SaaS is they do it completely backwards. They build for 6 months, launch, and hope. And the S tier method is start with a painkiller, not a vitamin. I talk about it a lot on this channel. Find a painkiller idea for SaaS, for a niche that already pays. You don't want an app for everybody. You don't want the next social network unless you have funding. You want something that you can put a hard paywall on for a free trial, a tool that saves time time, makes money, or removes stress for a specific buyer. So let's break down the math for SaaS. So hitting 10K MRR is not that crazy. It may sound like it, but this happens often in this space. So you can break it down with 100 customers at $99 per month, 50 customers at $199 per month, 25 customers at $399 per month. Most people act like you need a million users or you have to be the next Zuckerberg. You do not. You need a small group of people with a real problem and a real budget. So why SaaS beats everything else? It doesn't reset every month. With freelancing or agency, you're always chasing. With SaaS, month 2 stacks on month 1. 2 is your effort compounds. A feature you build once sells forever, kind of like the garden analogy that I mentioned. Number 3, it's easier to scale than humans. Hiring service delivery is hard. Scaling software is cleaner. And number 4, which is the real one, is the exit strategy. Even small SaaS at 6 to 7K MRR with good metrics can get acquired for multi-six figures. So to sum it all up, no, SaaS is not for everybody and it's not a cool thing to do. It's getting a bit cooler now, but niche SaaS that solves a painful problem for people who already pay is the real winner. So if you guys have more questions, leave a comment, subscribe, and that's it for today's video. I'll literally see you tomorrow. Peace.